America's oldest wooden schoolhouse, St. Augustine, Florida. The schoolhouse has been many things since there was first a building here. It was a guardhouse for the Spanish city gates, and then again during the Seminole Wars. It was a farmhouse. It was a tea room, but mostly it was a school. It was the very first school in America to have both boys and girls in it all day with the same teacher. The school is made out of red cedar and cypress trees with wooden pegs. The heavy chain was added in 1937 to hold the school down in hurricane-force winds. The original school bell is still outside. It told students it was time to start the day. There was a fireplace built totally inside so they would be warm in winter. The floor was coquina stone called tabby. Students sat on benches and held their books in their laps. They used reusable slates for their work since paper was so expensive. Only their best work was written down on paper with ink. These are some examples of students' work. Sometimes it was used at home to teach younger brothers and sisters, or as a review if you moved far away from a school. Students that didn't pay attention or acted out were sent to the cupboard under the stairs for time out. This was called the dungeon. Students had to pay 25 cents each week they went to school here. That's almost $46 today. Students often brought supplies instead of money. There were lots of rules for teachers, like cleaning the school every day and not using a barber. They lived on the second floor of the schoolhouse. But their kitchen was a small house out back. It was not used for a cafeteria, and students had to bring their own lunches. It was for the teacher to cook for their family. The kitchen was in a separate building, so the schoolhouse would stay cooler, and there would be less risk of a fire in the schoolhouse. Cooking was done in the fireplace here. You can see there are no refrigerators or microwaves. Thank you for watching our video on the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the United States. The presentation from the schoolhouse will begin immediately.
Well, good to see you. Welcome to the old school and to the mid-1800s. I say that because this is how the nation's oldest wooden schoolhouse looked at that time, and our clothing is of that period.
We was dressed this way in 1939 by graduates of the class of 1864 during the class reunion.
That's right, Johnny. And they also decorated this little school the way they remembered it when they were here. As a matter of fact, on the back wall, there are some photographs of the class taken at that reunion and the class roll. The school itself was built sometime before 1763.
During the first Spanish period.
Very good, Johnny. The school is built of cypress and cedar with handmade nails and wooden pegs. This is the oldest wooden structure in St. Augustine, and it has never been reconstructed.
The first pupils were Menorcan. They came here to learn English. Now we learn arithmetic and other stuff as well as reading and writing.
Some boys and girls learn their arithmetic, Johnny. Johnny did not do his homework. He hasn't learned his 6 times multiplication table, and that's why he's wearing the dunce cap.
But Professor, I had to chop wood last night to bring to school.
I see.
It costs 12.5 cents a day for us to get our learning. If our parents don't have money, we bring wood for the fire or food for the professor and his family.
And what do we call that kind of arrangement, Johnny?
Barter system?
That's correct. Well, you do know your economics. However, you will wear that dunce cap until you learn your 6 times table.
Boy, at this school talk fishing, I'd make an A easy.
Young man, this is no laughing matter. Hold your tongue or you know where you'll go.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Sometimes the children are unruly in class. Then they must spend time under the stairway there until they decide to behave. We call it the dungeon. The stairs themselves are too old and narrow to allow visitors to go up safely, but there is a mirror so you can see how my wife and I live. While I strive to educate the children, my wife keeps busy with her duties upstairs in our living quarters or in the kitchen outside. She also takes care of the garden, which we hope you will visit. Well, you can now consider yourselves graduates of the old schoolhouse. Be sure to pick up your diploma as you leave.
Can I get a diploma too, Professor?
Well, I think you have a few years of school left, Johnny, but perhaps you can move up to work with the older, more advanced students soon and have your own quill pen.
Wow!
Thank you for coming to visit. Don't forget your diploma and enjoy your stay in the nation's oldest city.
Bye!